Okay, here's inside ZBrush. So I just brought in the sclera and iris geometry. So I'm gonna import my ARPA map from Photoshop. So import and I bump, and then I'm gonna need to flip vertically, and I'm gonna plug this into my displacement map. Before I do, I need to actually go into UV map and then set it to the 4K and go texture map and then just create new texture. And I mean, nothing needs to be plugged in, just to create texture, and then go back to displacement map and then increase the intensity. You can slowly see the texture that we painted in Photoshop. This is just preview of this map, so I can just turn it on and off. Obviously, it's too low lens to sculpt, so I will need to subdivide a few times. Maybe 7 million will be a bit overkill, but it should be fine. The same goes for the iris. So subdivide a few times, about 3 million, it should be fine. And then I'm gonna plug in the same displacement map here. So same, set the size of UV and then create new texture, and then go back to displacement map and check this on and increase some intensity. And then we can see something. So what we're gonna do is to add some ZBrush sculpting, so we can help out to add some more extra details, because as you can see, this painted bump map or displacement map are very detailed, but it's quite flat in a way. So we're gonna sculpt some details manually, so that it can help out to sell the more like 3D type of detail rather than very flat 2D details. So I'll be adding a new layer and then sculpt detail, which will be get along with these painted details, and we'll probably merge them together as one and then export as a single displacement map. Okay, so I'm gonna start some sculpting by using basic brushes. So I can start painting some inner iris area, because this area is lower, I mean, has more depth than the other areas. So I will start this area to paint roughly with the mask, and we'll move that in manually, so I can create a initial depth. So like this, and from here I can using a maybe standard brush or a damp standard brush to literally just start sculpting. It's really not much details, because we already have details from the painted maps. So what we need is just to adding some rough strokes. Okay, so I'm gonna keep sculpting and we'll move on to the sclera once I'm done with this iris. So sculpting part is done. Now I'm gonna bake the displacement map for these two. So I'm gonna use a zip plugin and multi-map exporter. So this is the option that I usually use. Under displacement map, just check the maps that what you need to export. I usually export one at a time. So just displacement and open up the displacement tab, and there's a setting here. So these settings are the settings that I usually use. Substitution level 3 is the substitution level that I'm gonna use as my new base mesh. If you're using a substitution 1 as your base mesh, then it should be set to 1, or any substitution level that you're gonna plan to use. What DP suffix is basically how much details is gonna be in the maps. And mid, I usually bake with 32-bit, and as it says, it's better to use as a 0 for 32-bit, so I just put 0, and then extension will be EXR, and these two settings. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Basically, pretty much right on everything, and just simply create all maps. So select the one that I want to bake, and make sure file name set to UD. Okay, and then just simply let's create all maps, and yeah, it's all set. So click save and start baking. So baking is complete, and I list this time. So same setting and create all maps, and it takes the name of the subtool, so I can just click save and start baking. Okay, so IRIS is also baked. I will export this displacement and the geometry to Maya, and then we'll try test out the maps.